I am delighted to award the title of Honorary Fellow of the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama in recognition of her exceptional work in community and artist development projects and her ongoing support of Central and its students, particularly as a placement host, to Raidene Carter. I now invite Raidene to say a few words.
Let's get this off. Thank you, Josette, to everyone who's made this possible today, and in particular the Applied Theatre team, Sally Mackey, Sia Faria, Selina Busby, and Amanda Stewart-Fisher, who've been so supportive of and interested in me since I was at Central. Right through to me standing here with this opportunity to say something to you all. Thank you all. Thank you. I also want to give a shout out to my family and my friends who are up there who've come along to support me today. That's my mum. Hi, Mum. In particular, Paddy, I've dragged along to some great but actually very, very bad theatre over the last 8 years. And to my mum, who I still don't think knows what I do for a living. But it's okay, because after 20 years, it's never mattered. She's my #1 fan. Thank you, Mum. So my first piece of advice on that note is not for students, but actually for parents and loved ones of our graduates here, which is please don't worry if you don't understand what your students, what your family have been studying. Don't worry if you don't know what they've been racking up debt to do for the last year or 3, or they might not have a job title that you can explain when someone asks how they're getting on. I promise you that to get here today means that at worst, they'll be absolutely fine. They'll be skint, but they'll be fine. But at best, they'll go on to do some of the most progressive and rewarding work there is in our business. I have one other personal mention before I go on, which feels so relevant today that I hope you won't mind me sharing. And that is to dedicate my fellowship to the late Miss Laura Popkin, who graduated alongside me, like you, but in class of 2001. She became one of my closest friends and was an amazing secondary school drama teacher, and she passed away 11 years ago. Sorry. I promised myself I wouldn't do that. So she passed away after a long battle with cancer, and she continued to be a half-pint-sized force of nature, both in and out of school. And when thinking about my work life and what I might say today, I couldn't help but feel sadness for what we all lost when she died. The generations of young people she would have gone on to inspire and nurture. And the drama teaching profession she would have gone on to be such a strong leader in. Drama teaching is, for me, the most important profession we have here. And I have the biggest respect for those of you who already are teaching or plan to be teachers. So yeah, a round of applause to you. Compose myself, right. For everyone else, I really hope my dedication serves as a reminder to make the most of the friendships you've made here at Central. So not just the professional ones, which obviously is one of the perks of graduating from here, but to lean into those friendships as your personal support network too, for all the highs and all the lows ahead. Look around you now. You know who they are. They know who you are. Please take good care of one another. And now, actually, on to what I think is the best piece of advice I can share with you, which is me who grew up on a not-too-bad council estate in Cardiff, with a name that no one could properly say or spell, who never went to the theatre until sixth form college, and was so much more interested in clothes and shoes than plays and books that I spent most of my first term alone on trainers and cargo pants. That's the truth. And that's because I turned up to my first class at Central, which is a practical devising session, I think with Sally Mackey, in a pair of tight flares and a pair of wooden wed-heeled sandals. And I really didn't have a clue, and I still love shoes. So my advice isn't actually about sensible footwear or how important it is to learn how to pronounce foreign-sounding names. No, believe it or not, it's actually about privilege and the deficit culture that perpetuates low expectations of people who on paper seemingly don't have any of it. So the thing about privilege is that everyone has some of it. All of us. So it doesn't matter our postcode, our skin colour, our gender, our sexuality, our disability status, our wealth, whether we're the children of immigrants or never went to the theatre as a child. And when we don't accept our privilege, we deny who we are, which is never healthy. But in our industry, it leads to loads of problems because our industry relies so much on truth and on trust. So even worse than denying privilege is wasting it. So it doesn't matter what it is: white privilege, middle-class privilege, heteronormative and neuronormative privileges. Having family and friends, that's a privilege. Empathy, creativity and talent, they're all privileges. Having a name that literally no one else in the whole of your sector, as far as you're aware, has, just me, it's a privilege. Going to the best schools, it's a privilege. If graduating today is your one and only or your best privilege yet, then how amazing. So just when you come up here, dance yourself right across this red carpet. And even worse than wasting privilege is misusing it, but you all know that, so we won't talk about that here. If in any instance you can identify your own privilege, then own it and share it, and you will achieve so much more than you imagined or that maybe was on paper expected of you. Congratulations, have the best time today, and thank you.